Under the leadership of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava is moving swiftly to expand COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community.
And welcome in live and direct WDNA 88.9 FM into the Frost Jazz Hour this fine Thursday morning here in the middle of August. I'm your host, Philip Capuzzi. Pleased to be joining you again this week after a brief hiatus last week. And of course, we're no longer in our endless summer fundraising drive here at the station, but if you didn't get a chance to donate to the station during the drive, or maybe you've donated before but you want to recommit and confirm your support for WDNA and your place in this family, as always, you can visit WDNA.org. Donate securely. It goes so far to help beautiful live programs like these, and then the unique programming that we bring to the listeners on a day in, day out basis. And not only listeners, but also, of course, the Frost Jazz Hour, for those of you that may not know, also live streamed on livestream.com and YouTube, with a beautiful job done by our engineering crew here at the station. So with that, I welcome you live and direct into the Jazz Gallery. And we have a really exciting quartet for us here this morning, people that I all know fairly well, so I'm super excited to be sharing in this experience, and I'm looking forward to speaking with a leader. I guess I'll end the suspense. I know you guys are all on the edges of your seats. We have here this morning Valentina Shelton, the incredible pianist, vocalist, composer, an artiste really in the truest sense of the word, leading a group alongside Tim Jago on electric acoustic guitar with Chuck Bergeron, a former mentor of mine and a great member of the South Florida community. He's on upright bass this morning. And then John Ziegler, a young lion in many ways, joining on drums. So, Valentina, you and I are going to talk a little bit later in the program, but I think we're just going to get into the music once more for the listeners. You're listening to the Frost Jazz Hour here on WDNA 88.9 FM, or perhaps you're listening on WDNA.org, streamed live across the world. Either way, very appreciative for you being here. And we're going to start with a beautiful rendition of the classic tune Cherokee.
Brave Indian warrior, since first I met you, I can't forget you. Cherokee, sweetheart, brave Indian warrior, since first I met you, I can't forget you, my Cherokee sweetheart, child of the prairie. Your love keeps calling, my heart's enthralling, my Cherokee. And in the summertime, of lover time gone by, oh, my memory so tenderly inside. Brave Indian warrior, one day I'll hold you in my arms, hold you, my Cherokee. Give it, live, day, do, light it up, day. sweetheart, child of the prairie. Oh, your love keeps calling, and my heart's enthralling, my Cherokee. In the summertime, of lover time gone by, oh, my memory so tenderly inside. Brave Indian warrior, one day I will hold you. In my arms I will hold you, my Cherokee. Oh, my arms hold you, my Cherokee.
You are listening to the Frost Jazz Hour here on WDNA 88.9 FM. Valentina Shelton on vocals alongside Tim Jago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and Jonathan Ziegler on drums. Really quite an incredible start to the program here. A welcome into anyone who's just joining us. I'm Philip Capuzzi with you for the Frost Jazz Hour every Thursday from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. Have some exciting programs in the coming weeks, actually, just to mention them briefly. Camilo Molina playing next week on the 19th. And then after that, a great friend of mine, actually Camilo as well, a great friend, but Kate Hamann will be coming to do some trumpet and vocal music, some of her own original compositions. So a lot of exciting music to look forward to here at the Frost Jazz Hour, but that's not even to mention the music that we still have here this morning. So I think I'm going to talk to you at length a little bit longer, or rather later in the program. So for now, we'll just move forward with La Belle Dame here on WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour, with Valentina Shelton leading this wonderful quartet.
Dansant, tu dis, et moi je suis. Mes pas sont gauches, mes pieds du faux. Je crains les sauts, je cherche en bas les mots pour m'expliquer ta vie. Alors tu m'as, ma sœur, tu brises mon cœur. Je pense, tu sais, erreur jamais. J'écoute, tu pars. Je comprends pas ça super bien. La belle dame sans regret. La belle dame sans regrette. suis. Mes pas sont gauche, mes pieds, et tu fauches. Je crains les sauts. Je cherche en vain les mots pour m'expliquer ta vie. Alors tu ma sœur, tu brises mon cœur. Je pense, tu sais, jamais je quitte, tu pars, je comprends pas, ça vient. La belle dans son regret, la belle dans son regret. La belle dans son regret. La belle dans son regret.
Yeah. Valentina Shelton live and direct here on WDNA 88.9 FM, also being streamed on YouTube and livestream.com. Thanks so much to everyone for joining us here so far this morning. We have, of course, Valentina Shelton on piano and vocals, alongside Tim Giago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and Jonathan Ziegler on drums, rounding out the ensemble. So, Valentina, thanks so much for being here, sharing your time, sharing your music here this morning.
Thank you. Give me one second. Hey, thank you so much, Philip. It's so nice to see you, dude.
Yeah, so the big news that I wanted to talk about first, and I haven't even mentioned it so far in the program, which I'm remiss for not mentioning so far, but this past season of awards, you were a recipient of not only one but two Downbeat Awards, one for Outstanding Soloist as in voice and piano for an original composition in the pop, blues, and rock category, and then also for a jazz ensemble as well. So congratulations first. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Congratulations are in order. So I'm just curious, what was the process, preparing for that? What drove you to, kind of take that step? And then, how did it develop from the time that you submitted it until, eventually receiving word that you had indeed, won the award?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, first of all. I submitted an original song that I wrote during COVID. It was called Thank You, and it's a thank you to the essential workers during COVID. It was a tribute to nurses and doctors and anybody who was still, having to work during COVID. And that was my way of showing appreciation and saying thank you. And so I submitted that. So that really means a lot that it got that kind of recognition, because it was something that meant so much to me too. And then with jazz, it's awesome to be in vocal ensemble too. So that was really cool that we got recognized for that too with Dr. Kate Reed, because she's amazing. She really knows what she's doing. So that's kind of a tribute to her. That's all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, credit to her. A wonderful program that she's running at Frost. But absolutely, credit and congratulations in order to you.
Thank you so much
for receiving the award. Those kind of things can do so much to open different avenues and different doors. As we move forward as musicians. So I guess now to backtrack a little bit. I usually like to ask everyone just to share some of their origin, what drew you to the music, what drew you to this side of the music, in jazz or however you choose to define it. I'm just kind of curious for your story, what's brought you here, to Miami in general, and then also, here in this room specifically.
Well, everyone says I've been playing since I can remember. I've been singing since I can remember, but really I don't even. I started classically for both voice and piano, so that was kind of the foundation. My mom said, you're going to have to take piano, and that's what it is, and then it turned into this. So, but that became, besides a requirement, it became a will. So now, it's like, but ever since I can remember my parents still tell me, and they reminded me this the other day, that when I was like 2.5 or something, my favorite song was Pata Pata by Miriam Makeba, and I love her, and I was 2.5 or something, and we went to the Hollywood Bowl to see her concert. And I slept through the whole thing because, you're a toddler. And I woke up for her set because, it was just, it makes you move, it makes you dance. So that's probably the earliest inspiration I've had. And it's not one that I necessarily remember, but I do. I hear that music, and so she was probably an early inspiration of mine. And through then, it was classical I had musical theater. I did that. And then jazz, and then composition, and then writing my own things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have so much respect for, parents who put their children in situations to, learn and grow musically.
Yeah.
Because definitely in my estimation, the sooner that you're exposed to that, the easier it is to pick these things up, and the more natural it comes to you.
Yeah, and I teach now, and so when I work with kids, it's just, it's so important. It's so important. And now for COVID, I'm doing it over Zoom. But, it's just, whatever you can do to kind of motivate, show, inspire. I really appreciate doing that because it's so important, especially times like these. It's so isolating right now. So anything that can bring us together.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is education and sharing your knowledge something that you've always had a passion for, or did it kind of, come up recently, or what's your
I always worked
relationship
with
education?
Yeah, I love working with kids. I want to perform for the rest of my life until I die. But I always love working with kids. Even in high school, I would travel around different inner city schools in LA, where I'm from, and then I would just work with the kids. I would sing them arias. I would bring a quartet. I would work with them, and I could cry, like, imagining their faces, because it was so powerful, their effect on me, not just vice versa. I was just there to sing. But ever since I can remember, I love working with kids.
Wow. Yeah. That's really beautiful. So before we get to the bottom of the hour, I wanted to see if you guys could share one more song, and then we'll talk a little bit more in the latter half of the program. But just for the listeners, if you've just tuned in, you're listening to the Frost Jazz Hour here on WDNA 88.9 FM here. Pleased and very grateful to be with Valentina Shelton here, incredible pianist, vocalist, recipient of 2 Downbeat Awards here this year with a really killer quartet here this morning. Tim Jago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and Jonathan Ziegler on drums. So what's next?
We're going to do an arrangement of mine, Love for Sale. Originally, this song, as we know, is by Cole Porter. I can't believe I had to look that. I know. I was just like, all of a sudden, what if I'm mixing up my 10 songs? No, but this is Cole Porter. It was originally about prostitution. That's not the interpretation I'm taking. To me, if you take the words as a monologue away from the music, it doesn't necessarily imply that. It could imply heartbreak. Love for sale. I'm selling my love. I'm selling my heart. I'm done. I'm through with love. That's what we're going to do right now.
Awesome. Thank you. 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. Valentina Shelton here live and direct from the Jazz Gallery.
Love for sale, appetizing young love for sale, love that's fresh and still unspoiled, and love that's only slightly soiled, love for sale. Who will buy? Who would like to sample my supply? Who's prepared to pay the price for a trip to paradise? Love for sale. Let the poets pipe of love in their childish way. I know every type of love better far than they. And if you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love, old love and new love, every love but true love, love for sale. Appetizing young love for sale. And if you want to buy my wares, follow me and we'll climb the stairs. Love for sale. The poets pipe of love in their childish ways. I know every type of love better far than they. And if you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love. Oh, love, new love, every love but true love. Love for sale. Appetizing young love for sale. And if you want to buy my wares, well, just follow me and climb those stairs. Love for sale. Love for sale. Love for sale.
Love for Sale as interpreted by Valentina Shelton on piano and vocals alongside Chuck Bergeron on upright bass and Jonathan Ziegler on drums. You're listening to the Frost Jazz Hour here on WDNA 88.9 FM. We'll step away briefly for some important messages from the station and be right back live and direct in the Jazz Gallery in just a moment. WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm Philip Capuzzi. Pleased to be joining you all here this morning, and we have with us Valentina Shelton on piano and vocals, really bringing the energy here on this fine Thursday morning, alongside Tim Jago on guitar, who he himself is in the wake of a new release with Troy Roberts, and he played some of his own music a few weeks ago here at the station, which was really incredible. Always awesome to see a friendly face here at the station. And speaking of friendly faces, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, former host of the show, a mentor of mine. Super happy to be able to share this experience with him as well. And then John Ziegler rounding out the ensemble on drums. So, without further ado, we're going to step forward with the music. Coming up next, the tune Elle Chousseau.
Esta mulata quando dança é luxo só. Quando todo o seu corpo se balança é luxo só. Tem não sei que faz a confusão. Que ela não tem, meu Deus, a compaixão é da mulata bamba. Oh yeah. Esta mulata quando dança é luxo só. E quando todo o seu corpo se balança é luxo só. Porém, seu coração quando palpita e se agita mais ligeiro, e nunca vi compasso tão brasileiro. Eta samba, cai pra lá, cai pra cá, cai pra lá, cai pra cá. Eta samba, cai pra lá, cai pra cá, cai pra cá, cai pra lá. Mexe com as cadeiras, mulata, seu requebrado, meu maltrata. Oh yeah. Esta mulata quando dança é luxo só. Quando que ela não tem, meu Deus, a compaixão é da mulata. Esta mulata quando dança é luxo só. Quando todo o seu corpo se balança é luxo só. Porém, seu coração quando palpita e se agita mais ligeiro, nunca vi compasso tão brasileiro. Eta samba cai pra lá, cai pra cá, cai pra lá, cai pra cá. Eta samba cai pra lá, cai pra cá, cai pra lá, cai pra cá. Mexe com as cadeiras, mulata, seu requebrado, meu maltrata. Esta mulata é luxo só, é luxo só. É luxo só, é luxo só, é luxo só, é luxo só.
Valentina Shelton, live and direct on 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour, every Thursday from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. We bring in different artists who are either currently students or faculty at the Frost School of Music or have been in the past, maintaining some sort of connection with the school, and just an absolutely incredible array of different artists come to share their music with us through this show. It's a great opportunity. We have with us here this morning Valentina Shelton, like I said, on piano and vocals. Alongside Tim Jago, to correct myself from earlier, Tim Jago on guitar, beautiful playing, alongside Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and John Ziegler on drums. So Valentina, I wanted to speak with you one more time in a few moments, but for now I think we should move forward with the music.
Awesome.
So what do you have next?
We're going to do an arrangement of mine of California Dreamin' by the Mamas and
Awesome.
Papas. A
Awesome.
little different, though, than maybe as you've heard.
Sounds good. Awesome. Take it away here on 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour.
On such a winter's day, I'd feel so safe and warm if I was in LA. But I'm California dreaming on such a winter's day. I stopped into a church, yes I did, that I passed along the way. I got down on my knees, I got down on my knees, and I pretended to pray. You know the preacher, he likes it cold, 'cause he knows I'm gonna stay. Oh, but I'm California dreaming on a winter's day. California dreaming. I wish I was in California. Oh, in California, California, on such a California dreaming on such a winter's day, such a winter's day, such a winter's day. It's so cold. I'm California dreaming on a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day.
Downbeat Award-winning vocalist and pianist Valentina Shelton here with you live and direct on WDNA 88.9 FM. I'm Philip Capuzzi, pleased to be hosting the Frost Jazz Hour with you every week. Looking forward to some incredible programs in the next few weeks. We have Camilo Molina, trumpet player, actually back-to-back trumpet hits. We have Camilo Molina coming in next Thursday on the 19th, and then the 26th, another great member of the Frost community, Kate Hamann, will be coming in to perform some of her original music. And here with us this morning, for anyone that's just joining us here on this program, we're running until noon, and we have Valentina Shelton on piano and vocals leading this incredible group, playing live and direct from the Jazz Gallery here on beautiful Coral Way. Tim Jago on guitar, alongside Chuck Bergeron on bass, and John Ziegler on drums, rounding out that wonderful rhythm section. And that last tune you heard was a beautiful, killer arrangement of California Dreamin'. So, Valentina, before we get into the last couple of songs on your guys' set, I wanted to talk with you a little bit more and ask a few more questions. So, first off, I just want to thank you again for being here, sharing your time, and you're really bringing the energy here. And I always have so much respect for people who are so engaged, especially because of the circumstances of the current moment. We can't have anyone live in the gallery because we're trying to be safe here at the station. But you're still bringing the energy, connecting. And it's really, impressive and something that is a wonder in my opinion. So I'm just curious, in terms of stage presence and how you present to people that are listening to your music, is that something that you've thought super actively about through your career, or is it something that kind of just comes naturally?
Well, everything. Every song I do, every song I take it as a monologue. I just take the words away from the song. It's acting. It's not acting, as what we would think is pretending. It's not pretending. It's just taking the words away and just, what is it? What's your story? Who are you talking to? So I'm always I've got my person I'm talking to, I've got my images, and then we go from there, whether there's people in the room or not. Mm-hmm. But the energy of people is so powerful too. So when there are people, it's a whole different thing. But when there's not, regardless of who's there, it's about, I think my mom or my dad said, it's about being private in a public place. Taking that private moment just with you, like nobody's there, but everyone's watching. So it's hard and it's real, but I just try and stay in my moment as best as I can,
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. And then kind of in a similar vein, in terms of how active you are approaching it, something that I respect personally so much in vocalists and that really draws me in, to a vocal performance is when, they're not only hitting the notes, they're not only executing technically, but you can really hear the humanity and the voice inside of the voice. I feel like Ella does that really well. Sarah, all the legends obviously do that so well. And I feel like you have a really good conception of that, just because your voice comes across so uniquely. It's very distinctly you. So I guess pretty much an identical question, is that something that you just are the way that you are, or have you put a lot of thought into, forming your vocal timbre?
Well, it's all, or it's half technique, which is, it's 50% of it. You gotta learn technique, and you gotta, I'm a nerd for the anatomy of the voice and every muscle, every part. It's like I'm a little nerd for that. I know not every muscle, but I love that stuff. But that's important. But then when it comes down to it, you can't be thinking about that in performance. At least I hope I'm not. You just open your mouth and the technique's there so that you can fall into emotion and whatever performance, and then you can. It's there. It's a foundation. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, thank you. So I guess just one final question, before we get to the last few tunes to take us to the top of the hour. Where can people, find your music? Where can people listen to you? Do you plan to stay in Miami for the foreseeable future? Where can people find you and experience this beautiful music?
Well, I'm graduating in less than a year, which is crazy already, and I'll probably go to New York or LA. Maybe I'll stick around in Miami. I don't know. It's all so unknown. Not as unknown as the people who just graduated during COVID. That's crazy. So I'm grateful to still be in school for another year. But my music on YouTube, my Instagram, just Valentina Shelton. It's my name, my Facebook. And I made a music video with my friends in the film school. They come. I do their student films, and then they come and they shoot my studio sessions. So I'm doing a lot of different stuff. Yeah. I love collaborating with people like that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for sharing, and thanks again for being here with us this morning. Once again, for the listeners, you're listening to WDNA 88.9 FM. This is the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm Philip Capuzzi, pleased to be joining you as the host every Thursday morning from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. This morning, we have Valentina Shelton on pianos and vocals. Just spoke with her a moment ago. Tim Jago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and John Ziegler on drums. So, Valentina, what's next?
This is an original song I wrote called That Man Is You.
Beautiful. Take it away.
Just you and me at the top. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The way you kiss me in the morning, the way you put your arms around me, the way you put up with my leave me be and go back to sleep. You know exactly what I need. You say hurry up, we're late again. You said 5 minutes, it's already 10. I know that I can make you crazy and it's okay, whatever you say. I mean, you're my best friend. I always said that I don't need a man, but I found someone who's working for me. And he makes me smile and laugh till I can't breathe. I'd like to think that he needs me. I always said that I don't need a man, but there's something here that I find very true. There's nothing for him that I wouldn't do. It's obvious like 1 + 1 is 2. I've realized that I need a man only if that man is you. When I talk about you, it's not for show. And I'm in love with you, but you don't know. I just want to bring you happiness and see what joy can bring us to the end, 'cause I'm not done with you just yet. I always said that I don't need a man, but I found someone who's working so well for me. And he makes me smile and laugh till I can't breathe. I'd like to think that he needs me. I always said that I don't need a man, but there's something here that I find very true. There's nothing for him that I wouldn't do. It's obvious like 1 + 1 is 2. I've realized that I need a man, but only if that man is you. I could wake up every day alone and I'd say I'm fine, I'd be at home, but I wouldn't sleep when you're away and apart. Let's stick together hand in hand, the way the water meets the sand, the rain on the land. You complete my heart. I don't need a man, but there's found someone who's working so for me. He makes me smile and laugh till I can't breathe. I'd like to think that he needs me. I always said that I don't need a man. There's something here that I find very true. There's nothing for him that I wouldn't do. It's obvious like 1 + 1 is 2. I've realized that I need a man, but only if that man is you. I realized that I need a man, only if that man is you.
Beautiful original composition by Valentina Shelton. She's on piano and vocals alongside Tim Jago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and Jonathan Ziegler on drums. Here live and direct from the Jazz Gallery, WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. Every Thursday from 11 a.m. until 12, we bring you different musicians that are connected to the Frost community in some way. Camilo Molina coming up next week, and Kate Hamann the week after that. Very much looking forward to it. If you enjoy programs like these, or you enjoy other programs at the station, and you share in the music that we all listen to together here at the station, and that us programmers are so happy to be able to share with you. If you are able to make a donation to the station, you can visit WDNA.org, or you can call 305-662-8889. Sustain beautiful programs like this, help keeping in wonderful musicians like Valentina and her incredible outfit to share their music with us. We really do need the support. Thank you so much to everyone who donated during the drive, but I just wanted to mention that. one time. So now as we approach the top of the hour, have time for one or two more tunes. So Valentina, what are you going to close out the set with us?
This is going to be called Good Life. It's by a newer artist named Sammy Ray. Yeah, it's a fun tune. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. Valentina Shelton, live and direct.
The moon has never been so close before. I could just reach it, I could take a bite of it and save it. And he's talking about some stupid sneakers he wore. He said, I'll get 'em where they make 'em. Ain't no middleman to fake it. For a couple weeks I could feel it coming. A couple days I could hear the drumming. A tin of mints, a pack of gum, and we're freshening up as the morning's coming. It's bittersweet for the most part. Bitter is 1 part sweet and it's 2 parts bitter. 1 part sweet and I think it's 1 part sweet and it's 2 parts bitter. I got a taste of the good life in the middle of the night. It was about 4 o'clock on a Friday, as in 4 a.m. on Saturday. And I got a taste of the good life. I was feeling alright. I was in the backseat. It was a long day. I was in the taxi on the Cross Island Parkway. La 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 la. It was a long day, in the taxi on the Cross Island Parkway. It's the kind of thing where you can never be sure if it's for worse or it's for better. But it ain't no laughing matter, 'cause he's been keeping calm and collected. I'm insecure and it doesn't matter where he bought it. All that matters is he bought it. For a couple weeks I could feel it coming. A couple days I could hear the drumming. A tin of mints, a pack of gum, and we're freshening up as the morning's coming. It's bittersweet for the most part bitter. It's 1 part sweet and it's 2 parts bitter. 1 part sweet and I think it's 1 part sweet and 2 parts bitter. I got a taste of the good life in the middle of the night. It was 4 o'clock on a Friday, and it was too early 'cause it was Saturday. I got a taste of the good life. I was feeling alright. I was in the backseat. It was a long day. I was in the taxi on the Cross Island Parkway. La 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 la. On the Cross Island Parkway.
WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. I'm Philip Capuzzi. I've been pleased to be joining you so far. We are here now at the end of the program. We have here live and direct from the Jazz Gallery, Valentina Shelton on piano and vocals. She's also leading this wonderful ensemble that is also comprised of Tim Jago on guitar, Chuck Bergeron on upright bass, and Jonathan Ziegler on drums. So guys, I think we might have time for one more if you guys are able to play just a little something for us. Valentina, thanks again so much for taking the time. It's been a huge pleasure to listen to your music and to talk to you and to reconnect. It's been a little while since we've talked.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here. Thank you so much, and to
Of course.
WDNA for having me. It's nice to see you, Philip. I haven't seen you in a couple months.
Nice to see you too. Yeah. So what do you guys want to play to close out the program?
We're just going to play a standard tune called "Beautiful Friendship."
Wonderful.
Let's not do that. Let's just play.
So Valentina Shelton, alongside her quartet, closing out a beautiful Frost Jazz Hour program. Next week we have Camilo Molina, and the week after that, Kate Haman, live and direct from 11 a.m. until 12 noon.
This is the end of a beautiful friendship. It ended a moment ago. This is the end of a beautiful friendship. I know, 'cause your eyes told me so. Oh, we were always just like sister and brother until tonight when we looked at each other. That was the end to a beautiful friendship and just the beginning of love, 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 love. This is the end to a beautiful friendship. It ended a moment ago. This is the end to our beautiful friendship, and I know, 'cause your eyes told me so. Oh, we were always just like sister and brother, but until tonight when we looked right at each other, that was the end to our beautiful friendship and just the beginning. Oh, it was just the beginning of, it was the beginning of love. Love, 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 love. Thank you so much for having me.